John, has the U.S. started preparations to leave in order to leave by August 31st? When does the U.S. military have to begin making those preps? When does that decision have to be made?
So I'm not going to get into a specific TikTok here. Just as when we were talking about the retrograde out of Afghanistan writ large for the military, we were very careful about the details we provided. The threat environment is very real around the airport, so I am going to be equally as judicious about the kind of information that we give out. But roughly speaking, you need at least several days to get the amount of forces and equipment that we have at the airport to get that safely and effectively retrograded. I won't get into a specific TikTok. And this is going to be the pace and whatever the daily extraction is going to be. That's going to be up to the commanders on the ground to determine what they're going to move and how and when they're going to do it, because we have a concomitant mission all the way through to continue these evacuations. So you have to be able to do both, and it's a balance. And the Secretary is going to trust the judgment of our commanders on the ground to properly meet that balance.
But it sounds like you're still working on an August 31st deadline.
We're absolutely still aiming towards the end of the month.
And are the public statements by the Taliban the same as the private statements being made to U.S. officials about the deadline and when U.S. should leave?
What I can tell you is that the Taliban have been very clear about what their expectations are as well.
But the public and private statements are the same?
Without getting into details, I'm not seeing much dissonance.
And can you give any more details about the firefight that took place today, a second firefight outside the airport, and that there were some arrests by the Taliban of some so-called ISIS people taking videos of the airport?
I don't have those details. We're working with CENTCOM right now, as that is currently ongoing. So I know that CENTCOM is continuing to do that, and there is no security, if you would, breach or any problems there at security of the airfield.
Is the U.S. providing any intel to the Taliban about an ISIS threat?
I know the commanders on the ground continue to communicate to ensure that the safety of not only around the gates but the other checkpoints, so that we can continue to process vulnerable Afghans, other coalition folks and American citizens in.
Okay. You go over here, Dave.
When this